Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Venus Wyldfyre, and I cannot begin to tell you how happy I am. I was talking to a friend, and this idea came up. Her name is, Natasha. And she said, "B, why don't you talk to your experts, your mentors, the people who are going to be the blessing of a lifetime at the Be a Business Badass Life event? Why don't you interview them?" I'm like, okay. So that is what we're going to do. I'm actually literally interviewing today, and whenever they'll let me, really, the most extraordinary women on the planet. These women are going to be the people who will be serving you and loving you through it as you unleash your inner badass. So you can make your mark. You can make that difference you were born to make, and you can make millions. And the first person I'm going to introduce you to is the incomparable, the magical, the mystical, the baddest badass there could possibly be in terms of being a speaker and letting your voice be heard and making millions as a speaker. In terms of really getting free to ask for what you want, is Amethyst Wyldfyre. Amethyst, welcome to my people, and thank you for saying yes.
Well, thank you for inviting me, and thank you so much for the opportunity to be of service to your people, because, I know your people, Venus, are people who have come into this experience because they have felt it in their heart, and so your people are my people too. And I'm really excited, and I'm really excited that we happen to be doing this interview today, because I actually opened a sacred space here in my house just moments ago. I was working with one of my original teachers, and so I left this beautiful sacred space open, and we're still in it. So.
Yay! We love sacred space. So this is the good news, everyone. Amethyst is going to be our host. And I picked Amethyst. I mean, I literally did. And I picked her because she has the most beautiful heart I have ever encountered. And she has a heart that's so big and says so much love and compassion that I wanted to make sure that because you're going to come be with me and you're allowing me to love you fully for those 3.5 days or whatever it is, that I wanted you to feel warmly loved and welcome and held in a strong and loving and nurturing embrace. So Amethyst is going to be holding you in that symbolic way. You know that, yeah. Yeah, that whole Earth Mother way, right? I know, woo is somewhere woo, but you know what? Woo works, and it works in business, all right? So I'm saying that to say that I'm bringing you my best. I wouldn't bring you somebody I didn't just adore and really respect, and Amethyst is going to be our host. She's going to be really supporting the space, supporting the spirit of the idea that you are worth so much more than you would ever know, that you've been taught to believe. So I'm going to ask Amethyst a few questions. We won't be here long, but I want you to get a taste of her. I want you to get a sense of the quality and caliber of spirit, okay, that you're going to be with when we're together at the Be a Business Badass live event in Dallas. So Amethyst, so let me just say two things. One, when I say badass, I'm not talking like, John Wayne. All right. I don't, because people want to go like, oh, badass. Oh. I'm like, no. Badass is an attitude. It's a sense of you walk in your own authority. Do you know the world be damned because you know your worth. And when you're like, that's the thing I'm after. So I'm saying, think of yourself. Badassness is your awesomeness. Okay, embracing it and being willing to be paid for it. Yeah, and it's like that. So Amethyst,
my badass over here.
Okay, yeah, and like y'all should know, Amethyst is a how can I say? She's a complimentary black girl. All right, just so you know, I gotta tell you, she's the whitest chick I've ever met, but she don't know that. So she has some black mama she be trying. So you gotta love her through it. Okay, we love our white sisters and brothers who try. She is one of them, and I love her for it. So don't just like, she's trying, folks. Okay. So Amethyst, and she lets me tell the truth. So Amethyst, share a little bit about what you do, who you are, briefly, and then I'll go into our questions.
Sure. So I work with visionary entrepreneurs, mostly women, although I do have a few very wise men that I serve. And in my work, I really help people to feel confident and powerful, speaking their truth, speaking their authentic truth. My primary purpose, I think, for being on the earth is helping people to actually open up this throat center, this beautiful throat center, and get out from their heart what's been held in there. And so, thank you for saying that you think I have a big heart, and my prayer is that I have a big enough throat so that I can help other people to activate and open up their throats, because we carry so much beauty and so much wisdom and so many amazing gifts inside, and we have this tiny little space to get them out. And so my work is really to help people to unleash their voices and find their authentic voice and feel safe and powerful, being able to speak their truth and share their message. And part of the work is really about getting crystal clear on what that message is and owning it, really owning it. Like you were talking about being a badass, it's that attitude that not only do I have a message here in my heart, not only am I going to put myself out there and be willing to speak it, but I am speaking it in a way that is confident and powerful and true and grounded and present, and I'm here for the people who are here to receive this message. So primarily that's how I'm working with people, and I also do a little work with them on the sales piece, which I think is the next level after we get through the speaking part.
Got it. Perfect. Brilliant. And thank you you got 2 questions, and you defined how you talk about badass, because I want people to really comprehend that. And what is something that you can give my people today? And again, it could be a tip, it could be a word of wisdom, it could be an inspirational thought, but I want them to be fed by you. I want people to know that I'm not doing this alone, not because I'm weak, but because I'm strong enough to have a bunch of bad motherfuckers around me, and y'all know I curse, who can give you a holistic picture. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just me. It's like you're going to get people that can give you things that is not mine to give. So I would love for them to benefit from your genius right now, even before they get there,
Beautiful. Well, so here's what I really want to offer into the space, Venus. I really want people to understand that if they've been called to even consider coming to this event, if they've been called in any way to receive from you or to receive from any of the other amazing people that you have gathered together, the reason that they are feeling that calling is because it's an answer to prayers that they have been praying out into the world. And the way I see messengers is, if you're called, like you're a messenger, I definitely believe that you are one of the most amazing messengers I have ever met.
Thank you.
And you've been called to be a messenger. And the reason you've been called to be a messenger is because people are praying for the exact words and sounds and inspiration and motivation and enlightenment that comes forth from you. They've been praying for that. You are the answer to their prayers. And that calling is not just the calling of your own soul to express itself, but calling is actually the prayers of the people who've been calling out to spirit and saying, I need help in this area. And so if there's anybody who's watching this who feels in any way, any kind of resonance with either my message or Venus's message or the messages of any of the other people who have come together to co-create this event, I believe this event is divinely inspired, and it's because you've been praying for this help that it is being created.
That's gorgeous. I hope y'all can hear that what she's pointing to is, wow, you may want to really consider that the event is not about the event. It's like you've been praying to be free, and that moves me because I get it. That was my prayer so many years ago, so I think that's a beautiful way to end. So Amethyst, thank you. Isn't she perfect? Didn't I tell you? So I love you. Mwah. So Amethyst, thank you so much for saying yes. And I thank God for you and every incarnation of God, right, y'all? My version of God is a black man who just got out of jail. But whatever version of God you got, bring it. So thank you, Amethyst, so much for sharing your love, your beauty, your light with us. And I'm gonna say this last thing, and I'm gonna stop. Everybody. I got this from Edwin Gaines. I was with her this weekend, and one of the things she said that was deep. And I want y'all to hear this because it ties what Amethyst was pointing to about prayers. She was saying that debt is a function of unforgiveness. So I'm going to tell you, in terms of you and making your money, that if you are praying for an answer, but you're not at a place where you want to take the action to have that that prayer be answered, you may want to consider that you're not finished suffering yet. That the pain hasn't gotten big enough. So you just say, you know what? I need my prayer answered so that I can be free. And that means every way. That means even financially. So keep in mind that debt literally is a form of unforgiveness to yourself. Okay? So that's what's present right now. I wanted to share that. So I'm going to stop here. Amethyst, thank you very much. Everybody, I love you all with my whole heart. This is Dr. Venus Opal Reese with Defy Impossible. And just please remember and know that you're worth so much more than you have ever been taught to believe. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.